gentlemen, please welcome Nvidia co-founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
Hello, San Francisco. We have been looking forward to this day for many years. All of us have been working towards this day for many years. Today, I have 3 announcements to make. We're going to announce a revolutionary television, a game console, and a supercomputer. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get started. All of us at Nvidia has dedicated ourselves to advancing the craft of visual computing. 10,000 people, one singular focus. And it's taken us on an incredible journey. I would say it almost started in a big way in 1997 when we introduced the world's first programmable GPU. And it made it possible for game developers to have an infinite palette to express their art. From that day forward, video games became more beautiful, became richer, more realistic, and different game genres started to have different looks. The game industry exploded. And because of the intense technology needs of video games in order to simulate reality, it drove our technology like no other technology in history. Today's GPUs are the most complex processors that anyone builds. It made it possible for us to extend into one industry after another and revolutionize it. There are no products that I know of today where there's a car, a movie, a plastic bottle I was just drinking from, where Nvidia's GPUs weren't involved in its design. 10 years later, because of our desire to bring physics simulation to video games, so that the games themselves can come alive, we invented a new technology called CUDA GPGPU. The GPGPU revolution took us into data centers, high-performance computing, and today, almost every country has supercomputers powered by Nvidia GPUs. 10 years after that, we invented a new technology called the virtual GPU. We had the dream that we would put GPUs in the cloud and somehow make it possible for you to experience graphics in a computer that wasn't close to you. We call it the virtual GPU. As a result of all these inventions, it has taken us from the gamer's desktop to workstations in corporations, data centers all over the world, cloud services all over the world, and even now cars. Because of the work that we've done, we're now involved in some amazing work in deep learning and artificial intelligence and self-driving cars. Desktops, workstations, notebooks, data centers, cloud, cars. That journey has been incredible indeed. And today, I want to talk about a brand new place that journey has taken us, the living room. The modern living room is, as you can imagine, a smorgasbord of technology. Smorgasbord of technology. You know, when the most enthusiastic person is the person who sells HDMI cables, you know that there's something wrong with the architecture of your living room. Well, it turns out there's an enormous amount of entertainment for us to get. Cables, of course, game consoles, of course. Now we can enjoy on-demand video with these streaming devices. But one of the interesting things that's developing, and one of the more recently popular products, are people using tablets and then connecting it to their television using Chromecast. They would like to benefit and enjoy just an incredible number of applications that are in the Google Play Store and be able to share with their friends or share with their family and play on a much larger screen their television. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg and signs of things to come. And the reason for that is this. Well, the signs of things to come is mobile cloud, I believe, will revolutionize our television experience as mobile cloud has revolutionized our mobile communications. Just as smartphones has now become everyone's most popular device, I do believe that these early indicators would suggest that the smart television would be the way that we enjoy television in the future. And in fact, we're seeing a great deal of products that are very successful already. There are tens of millions of these devices sold each year. They're growing incredibly fast. These smart devices, smart television devices with applications will replace dedicated devices over time. Just as an application has replaced your GPS on your smartphone, an application has replaced your music player on your smartphone, an application has replaced your radio on your smartphone, the application has replaced your camera on your smartphone. These smart devices running applications would increasingly disrupt the dedicated devices around it. Well, just replacing what you used to do before is surely interesting. You have fewer things to carry. But what's really exciting are applications that come along that you never dreamed of. Who would have thought that Uber would completely change the way we travel around cities? Who would have thought that Twitter would come along? These applications are simply not predictable, and these applications are simply possible only because the smartphone is a rich computing device connected to a cloud service, and these applications can flourish and surprise us over time. I think the same thing is going to happen in smart television. Initially, application after another will replace the dedicated devices that we have in the living room, making your living room a little bit more elegant. But before you know it, applications will come along that surprise us. We don't even know what it is, and I have no idea what it is. I do know this. There are a lot of clever people in the world. If they only have access to a rich computing device, a large screen, and a cloud store, amazing things can happen. Well, this is a very, very fast-growing segment. I believe that someday, everybody is going to want a smart television experience. Everybody will want a smart television experience. This is likely a multi-billion unit market. It is just the beginning. I believe we can make a unique contribution here. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are entering and introducing Nvidia's first living room entertainment device, the Nvidia Shield. Well, the Nvidia Shield was designed, I'm so proud of it. The Nvidia design team really outdid themselves. The Nvidia Shield is designed with a couple of ideas in mind. First of all, it has to be performant. Performance is one of the key attributes of this little sleek box. However, it It also has to be modern, it has to look elegant, and it has to look elegant whether it's sitting flat or sitting on its edge. Right now it's sitting in a stand that's designed for Shield. It is a one-piece anodized die-cast aluminum that's machined exquisitely. When you get up close to it, that is just a beautiful thing. It feels cold and heavy in your hands, and you slide Shield perfectly into it. Shield was designed to look good both laying down as well as sitting up. But one of its most important functionality, of course, is all the peripherals that it has to, all the things that it has to connect to. So gigabit Ethernet, of course, it has one of the highest performance Wi-Fi systems for reasons that I'll tell you about later, USB connectors, and such. It's designed so that it looks good in every single direction. This is the bottom. And when it's sitting flat, it's incredibly thin. It's incredibly thin. And of course, you can enjoy it whether it's sitting flat or standing on its edge. I think when you pick it up, you'll discover that this is a device that, although it looks elegant, in fact, it's a different shape on each side. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nvidia Shield.
I know, well, hopefully they'll.
Hold on to your money. It won't be much longer.
Shield. Tablet Shield.
Nvidia Shield.
Now it's just Shield.
I'll tell you all about it in just a second. The Nvidia Shield. Well, the design, of course, is important, but how it works is even more important. And so let's take a look at what it does. So first off, Nvidia Shield is the world's first 4K Android TV. It's not just 4K resolution, it's 4K decode, H.265, and it's full 10-bit video processing. The video on the Nvidia Shield is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You don't have a piece of equipment in your house like this today. This particular set-top box, if you will, smart TV device, if you will be able to receive 4K 60 hertz video when the services become available very, very soon. Let's take a look at how it works.
I know, right? Calm down for bottles.
Was David supposed to join me out here? Or there? And there he is! Ladies and gentlemen, David Ang. David and I tortured each other for years as we worked on this device. Okay, so let's talk about Android TV. Let me tell you first of all why I love Android TV. Why now? Why now? Why did we do this now? Well, obviously the reason, of course, is finally we have an operating system, Android TV, and the folks at Google really did a bang-up job on it. I think they really cracked the TV operating system. David Burke, Hiroshi, and the guys really did a fantastic job. And we're going to show it to you right now. But there are 4 things I really love about Android TV. Number 1, it's based on the most popular operating system in the world.
That's all I need.
1 billion devices were shipped last year using Android, and billions are in use. The second that I love about it, of course, is the richness of the store that is connected to the Android operating system, Google Play. The entertainment applications and the services, the largest in the world. The third thing that I love about it is that it syncs with all of my other Android devices. So if I buy music or buy movies or whatever it is, it's all available on all of my devices. And then lastly, it has this incredible voice search. It's just incredible to talk to your TV. I sit there and, of course, I'm testing this device, and it just gives me hours and hours of great joy. The serendipity of the places that it takes you, the funny things that you say and it comes up with, the funny things it comes up with that you didn't say. It's amazing. It's just really, really just hours and hours of fun. Hours and hours of fun. So let's show it to them now.
Sure.
All right, so David, the first thing I'm going to show them is, of course, plenty of movies.
All right. Let's take a look at Avengers.
Avengers, our favorite movie. I guess they work for an organization called S.H.I.E.L.D. Huh, that's interesting. They just like that ripped off our name.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. get it.
But you know what's really amazing about this, of course, we can watch movies, but if this was backed up by something that Google would do, imagine what it could do. Wow, look at that. Chris Evans. Well, you know, he's interesting, but keep going a little bit more.
There you go.
Really? Okay. All right. So let's Scarlett Johansson. What happens there? So she is an American actress, a model, and a singer. Huh, didn't know that. Okay, and then let's go down a little bit. All the movies that she's in. Lost in Translation, fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. I didn't know that she was in Home Alone 3, really?
That's her, yeah.
Is that her? Okay. Chef, that makes sense. Yeah. Island, one of the must miss. Keep going. Okay, just The Prestige. I gotta say a few words about that. Really gotta watch that. Girl with a Pearl Earring was pretty good. Okay, and then what else? And of course a bunch of YouTube things. You know, just incredible. And so you could just search on and on and on and just, you know, go from one place to another place. Well, let's go do something else.
All right. How about some music?
Okay. I stopped listening to music in the 70s, but as a result of
I have to ask you to voice search your favorite artist now.
voice search for my favorite artist, well, Justin Bieber. I was just repeating what the guy in the front said. So what's a song that he does? Oh, look at that. It's amazing. He just listens to you and comes up with stuff. There you go.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
It's just fun. You sit at home and just ramble through television.
You just play the radio.
Hours of fun. Hours of fun.
It's like if you use a
Okay.
message clip, how
All right, what else do we have?
100% property, 99% of the video is not there.
I'm not kidding. This video will be banned on YouTube now. I'll get my account closed.
Look at your photo album. Share your photo album with your family, your friends.
Yeah.
Who knows what comes
Gotta fool
up?
the algorithms.
Okay. All right, that's fantastic. But you know, this is a 4K. This is a 4K set, right?
Yeah.
And so let's take a look at what 4K looks like. Now remember, this is 4K 60 hertz, guys. 4K resolution, 10 bits per pixel, 30 bits per pixel instead of 24, and at 60 frames per second. Now, of course, this projector isn't able to do that. We're simply decoding it and pumping it up at 30 frames a second.
Just stop thinking.
That's amazing, isn't it? Good job. Well, who doesn't want that? Isn't that the right experience for your television? And what we've done, of course, we built a very high-performance smart TV device so that all of the experiences are snappy. If you want to launch an application, it's snappy. The 4K UI, nice and silky smooth. And if you were to, you know, launch whatever kind of application it is, it's nice and snappy. Well, we also designed something really cool to go along with it. Well, if it's something that you talk to, it seems that you should have just a nice, simple little remote.
Amazon Fire.
Nice simple remote. Now this remote is actually kind of special. It's special. It has a high data rate bidirectional Bluetooth, so that it's nice and snappy when I talk to the television. Has a microphone right on the top, as you can see. There's a one-click, one-touch voice search button. It highlights the microphone so that you know that this is a remote control you ought to be talking to. It also, because it has Bluetooth, has the ability to be a Bluetooth receiver if you were to plug in your headphones. And this way, if you would like to enjoy your television experience privately, or you were asked to enjoy your television experience privately, you can just plug in headphones and this little remote will stream directly from Shield to the remote, and it'll be joy and peace for the whole family. It's designed, of course, to be very, very intuitive to anybody who uses the Android TV operating system. The back of it is one piece aluminum, exquisitely machined. The front is this lovely, glossy, lacquer-looking face. And down the cradle in the middle where it tells you how to hold your remote, all you have to do is slide your thumb over it, and that's your volume control. Okay? You don't ever have to replace the batteries. You don't ever have to replace the batteries because it's rechargeable by USB, of course. Of course, why not? And there's a mic on the bottom. Okay? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the Shield remote. All right, our first announcement, a revolutionary television. A revolutionary way to enjoy television. Second, you know we care a little bit about gaming. You know we care a little bit about gaming. And the fact of the matter is, although 25 years ago when we first started this journey, gaming was a niche market. But gaming is surely no longer niche. This is a pop culture now. It is a massive industry. It is a global industry. It is a growing industry. And frankly, everybody's a gamer. Just ask the president.
That's my wife said. It's actually niche, but
You guys don't watch that show?
That's a story. Hold on, let me. He knows how to pronounce that.
And so, what we think is that a set-top box should also be able to game. And wouldn't it be amazing, though, if we were able to expand the reach of gaming? You know, quite frankly, gaming on television today is really about the console. And the console is fantastic. For millions of us, we'll do anything to have a great gaming experience. However, we can expand the reach of gaming 10 times, 100 times, if we can simply make it more accessible, so that it's click and play away. Just a click and a play away. We think that if we can leverage somehow the power of mobile cloud and do for gaming what Netflix did for videos, what Spotify did for music, we can really expand the reach of gaming. And so the question then became, how do we do that? Well, the first thing we have to do is design a great processor. We designed the Tegra X1.
yeah.
The Tegra X1, we call it a mobile super chip. This little tiny processor has 256 GPU cores. I'm going to show you what it can do in just a moment. But just to give you a sense of what its performance is, we're using a pretty old benchmark here. I could use a more modern benchmark, but unfortunately, many of those other devices simply show up as do not run. And so I've used a relatively old benchmark. And this old benchmark will show that we're about 35 times faster than the Apple TV. Now you need that performance. You need 35 times faster than Apple TV because you would like to have more and more applications. And some of those applications require an enormous amount of computational capabilities. Well, being faster than a smart TV device is good, but it surely isn't necessarily good enough if you would like to have great games. You need to have a platform that allows game developers to be able to port and to be able to address, to engage, so that they can deliver great games. We need to know that TX1 can deliver good games. Well, if you compare it to one of the most popular game platforms in the history of mankind, you can see that this little tiny chip called TX1 with 256 Maxwell GPU cores can deliver over twice the performance of an Xbox 360 and at 1/5 the power. At 1/5 the power. Now the question is, why is that important? Well, it turns out that about 100 million people have enjoyed console games of that generation. And yet there are well over 1,000 amazing titles created. Several billion people should enjoy it. How do we get several billion people who all have televisions to be able to enjoy the 1,000+ games that were created for that generation? They are still beautiful. They're still amazing. If we gave them a platform that allows the developers to simply remaster, put it in the cloud, click and download, and before you know it, you can now enjoy that wonderful game for all of the people who didn't go to the trouble of buying a game console, all those people who didn't go through the trouble of digital download at the time, all those people who didn't go through the trouble of buying the DVD. TX1 in Shield with 256 Maxwell cores and 3 gigabytes of memory makes it possible for us to engage this new market, to expand the reach of gaming. So number one, we have to build a great processor. Number two, the system has to be designed to be incredibly powerful. Now, if you're a 3D graphics company, you got to do everything in 3D, you know? And so maybe we'll just, can we turn the lights back on real quick? You know, give me a slide. Okay, shoot, in 3D. Well, first of all, this Shield was engineered so that it could be whisper play. Don't forget, this is a smart TV device. It has to deliver the performance on the one hand, run full out, and when you're a gamer and you're playing games on the Shield controller, which David was using earlier, the Shield controller is engineered for serious gaming, in-game chats, as well as, of course, letting other people enjoy whatever they're doing in the privacy of your gaming session. And so, the Shield controller. Now this was engineered for serious gaming, and so was this device. Everything from the intake, to the spacing of the fan blades, to the cooler design, to the heatsink, to the location of the chip, to the outlet. Everything was meticulously and obsessively designed so that we can deliver the performance as well as making it whisper quiet. Engineered for performance, made to game. Well, let's see, well, of course, you've got the chip, you've got an incredible system, now you need to have a great store so that we can put the amazing games in the store. Now, Google Play is going to have hundreds, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of games over time. Well, we're going to put, we created a store that allows us to curate, if you will, the best of the best games, the ones that were engineered, were designed for Shield. And this is going to be the Shield store, and you can see there's some amazing games on here already. At the time of launch, we'll have over 50, and we're going to show you some examples of amazing games now. let's go and yeah, that's right. Exactly. So let's take a look at some amazing games. To do that, let's welcome one of the best game developers in the world, Randy Pitchford. Well, you guys know that Randy created the amazing franchise Borderlands. You know what? I'm going to let you take it away. Tell us about this game that you're doing. I just can't. I'm so excited about you being on the platform, and quite frankly, I can't believe what I'm seeing. So
I got to thank you, actually. This is an incredible platform. I love everything about it. Can I say that we've had one in our offices for a little while now? We've been playing with. Is that all right to talk about? Guys, we love partnering with Nvidia. These guys care about the same things we do. They care about technology, and they care about entertainment. And it's been such a joy to partner with Nvidia over the years. Not simply because you're pushing with so much momentum, but your team. It's such a joy to work with. You know, if you're making entertainment, it's fun to, it's good to have fun along the way.
That's cool. Well, we love to play. We love to play, and we love getting paid to play.
So you guys know that my studio and all the great talent at Gearbox Software has created a franchise known as Borderlands. And we love working on the Borderlands games. Recently we launched the latest Borderlands game called Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. And it's going to come soon to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 along with Borderlands 2. But there's another new console that these games are coming to, and that's the Nvidia Shield. And I'm proud to say that we're taking the risk and giving our source code, which we don't do. We gave our source code to Nvidia and worked with them and collaborated with them. The game is already running on the Nvidia Shield, and it's incredible. Would you guys like to see what it looks like running on the Shield?
No, we're good. Thanks,
He's backstage. He's controlling. He's playing live right now. This is from Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, and this is running on the new TX1 chip inside the Nvidia Shield.
Now this game was just on PC, it was just on PlayStation.
That's correct.
Unbelievable.
And it's feature complete. All of the features are there. It's astonishing. It's running right now at 30 frames per second. I think the performance is even better. This is a very powerful chip that NVIDIA's made for us. Needs more skill, Steve.
Okay, cheaper. It'll be cheaper.
Everybody knows that Borderlands is about action, it's about loot, it's about leveling up, getting killer guns, exploring the universe.
Looter shooter.
That's right, the first shooter looter. To be able to bring it to the NVIDIA platform is just a thrill. I'm so proud that you guys have had us to join you here at the beginning of this journey.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Shield is going to make Shield so much better. Let's see some other games. This is from a really talented young developer called Crow Team, and they're going to show you something really, really special. So why don't we have Alan come on stage? Where's Alan?
Notice that we will have more games. We not only more
Let's see what you've pushed the TX1 and Shield to be able to do.
So the Talos principle is what we like to call first-person philosophical puzzler. So it's kind of like a new thing for us. We've been experimenting somewhat with new game mechanics, and we found out they're so cool we need to make a new game out of that. And now we are very proud and super excited that we were able to bring this to the new Shield platform, which is it's a full PC game. It runs with full PC content on Shield.
On this little tiny thing?
Yes.
Craziness, crazy talk. Let's take a look at it. Wow.
This actually looks better than That's true. It's not
Game for
important.
television. You're sitting there, you're solving puzzles, right?
Yes.
Tell us about it. Why don't you walk us through the game? So it's just beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. So you can see,
Works a lot better.
you play as a robot.
Good point.
And what exactly is this robot doing here in this medieval
Hopefully the robot
forest?
will pick an apple
This
off
is
the tree
kind
and
of like
eat it.
a story for the player to discover as he plays. The most important thing for you is to gather these sigils, like this green one here. And Goran, who's playing, is going to have to manipulate these objects in order to make sure that the red and blue rays do not intersect. And he can have his sigil and proceed with the story. So, what's interesting for us here, technologically wise, is that this is actually, in our 20 years of developing games, it's the first time ever that we ported to a new platform. The first time it compiled, it ran, and it ran well.
Wow.
So, this is amazing.
That's fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
partly the reason for that, of course, is because the architecture of TX1 and the architecture of a PC arguably is very, very close because it's exactly the same Maxwell GPU, is exactly the same APIs, is exactly the same middleware. And so as a result, the engine should be able to run almost exactly.
Yes, that's true. That's the same thing.
Yeah, if you can be pretty straight.
And the pixel quality is exactly the same.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is.
Them something compelling.
If I were to put up a PC right now, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The pixel quality is exactly the same.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We continue to be amazed with this every day.
Thank you very much, Alan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Talos Principle, looking for hours and hours of gameplay. Well, we have somebody really special. When Doom was announced, Nvidia almost went out of business. And the reason for that is because for literally 9 months, every engineer we hired, all they did was play Doom. I'll tell you, they weren't the only ones. I stopped raising money. I just focused on playing Doom. And this is obviously a franchise of great notoriety. They played a huge role in the advancement of 3D graphics. Quite frankly, if not for the support of Quake and Doom and some other games in the beginning, like for example Unreal, the 3D graphics industry would have evolved in a very, very different way. This is a very important franchise, and it's an incredibly great joy that I invite Tim Wills. You know, it's kind of amazing and kind of weird to see work that it does running on this little tiny device, because it is really historically been well known for pushing the edge of technology. If it ran Quake, it was supposed to be a workstation, if you kind of remember. And so the fact that we're sitting here on stage talking about the work that you guys are doing now and TX1 is kind of an amazing thing. So tell us what you have for us.
Well, today we have the Doom 3 BFG edition. So what this is everything that we've released for Doom up to now. So you have the original Doom 3 enhanced version. You have both mission packs. And as an added bonus, you have the original Doom 1 and Doom 2. Yes, all in one package.
I think the similar development style of
One of the
reuse
great things
games that are 2, 3,
is that
4 years
this
old.
really is the only official version of Doom on any Android platform.
Wow.
Our games have always tasked systems. As you know, we worked together for 18 years, it's really exciting for us to bring Doom to the masses. The game that we'll show is running at full fidelity, 60 hertz. It looks great and it plays awesome.
And there are hundreds of millions of young people who really needs to be scared out of their wits on this game. And so let's take a look at it.
As you can see, 60 hertz, it looks great. We went through every single level of the original Doom 3 and made enhancements to all of them. Again, both mission packs you know, the thing is if you haven't experienced a new franchise, or you want to refamiliarize yourself with an old friend, this really is the best version, and it has everything Doom in one package.
That's amazing, dynamic lighting. Hey look, if it wasn't because of Doom, we wouldn't have all learned how to strafe.
Yes, that is true. That is
Yeah, and the universal language, WASD. Okay, fantastic. This is your really, really beautiful. It's great to have you guys on the platform.
Thank you for having
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Yes.
Any breakthrough platform, really, really has to ask one question. There's really one question. Are you worthy? There's one question. Do you deserve to be in the game? There is one question. Are you good technology? There's that one question. And the one question, you guys know it. Can it run Crisis? Are you worthy? Can it run Crisis?
We're running 900.
To help us answer that very question, let me welcome a dear friend on stage. Jevin, where are you? The CEO, the founder of the famous Crytek. So tell us what you're going to show us. Tell us about it.
Like you said, there's a verse. I'm really sure that it's
Well, I just didn't want to put it all on the line, you know, on my first day out. So do a good job.
so we got to access the Shield console, and we were amazed by the power of the TX1. I mean, it's an incredible chip, super powerful. And yeah, we said, okay, let's test it. Let's see where it goes. And then start recording the game. And we're always excited about new technology, always excited to be next to you on pivotal moments. We think this is a groundbreaking moment for Nvidia. So we said, we gotta test it, we gotta see it. And we compiled it, we had it running, and it was just amazing. And yeah, and then we said, okay, let's look at which game we can port on. So we just port the CryEngine first. The latest version, uncut, unshortened.
The latest version.
Latest version of the engine.
Uh-huh.
Then we took the next step, so which game can we run on? So we choose Crisis 3.
The Crisis 3? I've got a lot more to lose than you do, you know? I just put it all out there on the line.
So not only we ported Crisis 3 actually, so we have today actually Crisis 3 running as a multiplayer.
Wow.
So we ported one of the most famous maps in Crisis 3 multiplayer. As you know, Crisis 3 is out on consoles, and we want to expand it now to the Android TV model. And so with your help, we are able to reach, hopefully, hundreds of millions of gamers out there.
Well, before you guys, just remember, what you're about to witness is running on a little tiny processor called the Tegra X1 on a Shield Android TV console that is sitting quietly, whisper quiet, in your living room. Okay?
And it can run Crisis.
And it can run Crisis.
So let's have a look at the demo.
Wow. You know, one of the things that Crytek is known for is you guys just push technology to the limit. Graphics technology is always the best you can ever see. Look at this, it's just beautiful.
So we got the high-end, the latest engine, this physical-based shading, all the physics is there. So we got all the bells and whistles of the CryEngine. This is running at 30 frames per second right now.
I love the nano suit. Look at the nano suit, it just looks beautiful.
So on the left, actually, we have me looking at you. And on the right, you got you looking at me.
Hey, wait, which one's me? The one that's good?
So right one is you, left one is me.
Well, Jensen, you always pull the trigger first.
Of course.
Look how quick that Jensen guy is.
It's actually pretty, not quite 60.
So Jensen down there.
Boy, that platform. That Jensen guy sure is quick on his feet. Games. We're going to expand the reach of games to Android TV all over the world.
Once again,
These games are in the
launch
Android
title. Let's see if it actually
Play Store.
is.
You click, you download it, you start playing. And it is beautiful. Without a special box, it is now just an app. This app is the Shield Store and a bunch of games in it. I think this is really going to expand the reach of games. And so you now have a revolutionary television device, the world's most advanced smart TV, voice search capabilities, 4K, 30 bits per pixel, incredibly snappy, incredibly fast, elegantly sitting there on your desk, in your living room, and a store full of some amazing, amazing games. There'll be 50 at the time of launch. There'll be 50 at the time of launch. Most game platforms will be lucky to have a few at the time of launch. We'll have over 50 in the store at the time of launch. All that, the revolutionary television experience, the world's most advanced Android TV, the first 4K Android TV device, and TX1 powered game platform, all for an incredible value of $199. And instead of bundling a remote control, we decided to bundle the game controller. And the reason for that is because we would like you to have the entire experience of the Shield console right from the first day you get it. $199, incredible value. You pull it out of the box, you plug it in, you boot, Android TV comes up, and a world of entertainment inside. You type in your Gmail address. If you happen to be an Android user like us, all of a sudden your music, your movies, and if you like, your photos, all kinds of amazing things show up instantly. Really, really easy to use, incredible amounts of value, $199. I don't even know how they did it.
Simple, you're selling me the watch like every other console.
So that was our second announcement, game console. Let me talk about the third announcement. We've been working on this for some time. It's an incredibly difficult problem. We've been building a supercomputer, as it turns out. And our hope, our vision was this. We asked ourselves, wouldn't it be amazing if we could just stream video games from the cloud? The way that people stream Netflix from the cloud, the way we stream music with Spotify. We could expand the reach of gaming in a way that no platform in the history of mankind could. Sure, it was an incredibly difficult challenge. And for the last several months, we've been testing the platform. We've been testing the platform in public. People have been using it on the Shield tablets. It's now set up all over the world, from Taiwan to Europe, all over the United States. We partner with Amazon, who's running in all their data centers. And we've been testing it and testing it and testing it. And I can tell you today, I'm so pleased to announce that after all of this testing, we've come to the conclusion that we have in our hands the world's first game streaming service via Video Grid. We are going to make it an official service.
Not necessarily the world's first, but let's let the man speak.
But there's more.
What's up?
It's a full-out service, and I'll show you the service in just a second. It's a full-out service. But more than the fact that it's just now click and play, which is just incredibly delightful. Instead of downloading 50, 60, 70, and in time, 200 gigabytes of games, hours and hours of digital download, because we want bigger and bigger games and richer experiences, you could click and start playing the game in less than a minute. Click and play in less than a minute. Well, not only could you enjoy the game in 720p 30, we're going to offer a premium service that delivers the experience at 1080p 60 frames per second. Unbelievable. So this dream has taken us several years, and let me tell you why. Well, it turns out, once we started tackling the problem, and we said, wouldn't it be great if we could just stream games from the cloud? We move the computer to the data. We keep the data in the cloud, we move the computer to the data, we interact with that computer. That computer is hundreds of miles away, and we'll mash our buttons, and magically, the graphics change on your television, and it's as if the game console, it's as if the computer is right here in the room with you. Well, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. And so we dug into it and we started working on the problem. As it turns out, everything's a problem. As it turns out, everything's a problem. And so over the course of several years, we divided the problem into work for almost every single organization in our company. Every single organization in our company started working on this problem. They all worked on it in the course of due time. Everything from architecting the GPU so that it could be the most energy efficient GPU in a data center, because we're going to be streaming games to millions of people, to hundreds of millions of people, we hope billions of people. And so over time, the number of game sessions we're going to have in the cloud is going to grow pretty dramatically. Energy efficiency is job one. We have to be able to render, encode, grab that frame buffer, encode it, and stream it so quickly, because we have just no time to waste. We are counting every single clock tick, every single millisecond, from the moment that we touch the button, all the way out to the internet, all the way into a data center, all the way through the graphics engine, all to the game engine, the rendering engine, all the way back. Every single clock tick was measured, accounted for, and we just meticulously grinded each and every one of those things over the course of multiple years. Brand new GPU. Brand new SoC, the Tegra X1, so that it could decode and render incredibly fast. Even the game controller was made Wi-Fi direct, so that we can save a few milliseconds there. The game engine, the middleware, had to be re-engineered to be the lowest latency possible. We put these GPU supercomputers all over the world, embedded it within the Amazon AWS service, so that we can serve customers everywhere in the world. And of course, we needed large scale. We came to the conclusion that this is a problem that needed to be solved end to end. Chips on both ends, software on both ends, system software on both ends, virtualization technology to be invented, streaming technology to be invented, solving it end to end. And that if we didn't do it, if we didn't undertook this journey, and because we have all the pieces, that it simply would not get done. And we worked on it year in and year out, year in and year out. And I'm just incredibly delighted that the team, after beta and testing all over the world now for several months, we're just so happy that we believe now this can be a real service. Now the amazing thing is this: if you have a good internet connection, and I have a fairly good one, it's not a great one, it's a fairly good one, I can get from the point that I click for the electricity, the signal to go down to a data center hundreds of miles away in Oregon, for it to come back with a rendered image with no buffering at all. It happens in 150 milliseconds or so. That is approximately half the time that we use as humans in a blink. A typical blink is 300 to 400 milliseconds. So basically, half the blink of an eye. Half the blink of an eye. Button press, the pixels show up 150 milliseconds. Incredibly, incredibly low latency. So, I want to thank all of the NVIDIA engineers. The number of engineers that have touched, worked on this over the years is countless. And everybody in their little skunk works continued to work on this until one day we were able to put it together on an end-to-end experience and bring gaming, extremely high-quality gaming, to the world. I want to thank all of you guys. Thank you very much. So that's the technology foundation. On top of it, we created 2 stores. There will be a subscription, a basic subscription and a premium subscription. We will make the service simultaneously available in May when Shield hits the stores. Shield hits the store in May in the United States, and we'll make this service available simultaneously. There will be a subscription, a basic subscription, and a premium subscription. And with it, there will be a library of free with subscription games. There'll be wonderful games. Wonderful games. That's the basic service. The second service is on top of that, so that you could buy and play in less than a minute, some of the best games in the world. And it's being released, there's games that would be released simultaneously on all of the other platforms. Because of the work that we have done, we've made it so easy for game developers to onboard their games onto Grid. And as a result, on the day of their launch on other platforms, you have available AAA, brand new release games available simultaneously on Grid. The difference, of course, is that it's very likely that you'll be playing first. About 12 hours earlier.
I think so. See,
Buy and play in a minute. Well, let's take a look at what this technology can do, and I'll show you some other parts of some other games in just a second. The first game that I'd like to show you is Grid 2. The reason I want to show you Grid 2 is because this game is incredibly fast. What we're showing you now is 1080p, 60 hertz on Grid.
How's the deal out there?
It's so interactive that one of our engineers, Dave Eng, was able to, I think he got like a minute 58 seconds or something like that. It's unbelievable. And so he's been using this particular game to test our software, and he's become a savant. I mean, now he knows this game so well. It's unbelievable. And so this is 1080p 60, a level of performance that, quite frankly, it's not easy for any game console to be able to achieve. Well, let's take a look at the store. Okay, so before we go to the next, let's go through this. So free with subscription. This is the subscription part of the store. Some wonderful, beautiful games. Lego. Some of the Legos are multiplayer, and so you get yourself an extra controller that you can play multiplayer off the cloud, right off the grid. Okay. And let's go down a little bit. So Dave, that's probably you. Let's go up, let's go up. And you can see up on top, oh, look at that. One of the launch titles is a game that is so highly anticipated I can barely control myself. You guys, this game is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And you can just imagine what it's going to look like at 1080p 60 coming off the cloud. And then there's, of course, Witcher, Metal Gear Solid 5, Resident Evil, The Walking Dead, Dying Light. Dying Light, amazing game, probably one of the top games at the moment. Shadow of Mordor, the #1 game last year. Well, let's go back and take a look at. Let's buy something. Here we go. Let's buy this one. The game that started the whole horror genre. Yeah. Let's just try it. Buy that, and of course, it's already got your account because it's on Google Play. The Exorcist of games started about 20 years ago. Resident Evil is just amazing. How about, you know what? In order to let's invite the people, the developers that worked on Resident Evil, to come on stage with us. Michi, I think, is here. Michi-san. Well, your game is the Exorcist of games, and in fact, you guys probably all know this. They ship as an option a heartbeat monitor with their game, just to keep you out of harm's way. And so tell us about the work that you guys are doing.
Okay, I just speak Japanese.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi. No problem. Hi.
Okay. So 今回のを提供していただきまして本当にありがとうございます。今回紹介させていただくリベレーション2なんですけれども、もうすでにサービスが始まっていまして、先週からエピソード1が配信されて、本日からエピソード2が配信されています。
So first of all, guys, thanks so much for coming out and giving us a chance to actually get here today. You guys may know that Resident Evil Revelations 2 first episode released last week, and today we're releasing episode 2.
そして今回さらに我々のフランチャイズとしてはより多くの皆さんに遊んでいただくためにこういったエピソード展開しているんですけれども、さらに今回、グリッド上で配信できるということに関してもすごく我々のゲームにとっては親和性のあるものであり、より多くのゲームを皆さんに楽しんでいただける良い機会になっていると思います。しかもハイクオリティで楽しんでいただけるというのが素晴らしいと思います。
And you may know that Resident Evil Revelations 2 is actually an episodic game. So what happened is we wanted to give people as much choice as they could for whether or not they wanted to play episodically or maybe just wait until all the content came out. In any event, we were just absolutely ecstatic that Nvidia is giving us the chance to expand the market and actually give more people a chance to play Resident Evil Revelations 2.
では早速デモを見ていただきたいんですけども、よろしいですかね。
So it's alright, let's go ahead and check out the demo.
Love to. Let's take a look at it. Now this is streaming from Grid, right?
Yeah, that's right. で今回はそのエピソード2配信されているんですけども、その中から売店の一部を皆さんにご覧いただきたいと思います。
And as I mentioned before, episode 2 came out today, so we're showing everybody here for the first time the berry portion of episode 2.
そうじゃ見えない人と戦っているようなシチュエーションなんですけども、バリーは当時の中に協力して戦闘しているような姿になってますね。
And here you'll notice there's this invisible enemy. This is an enemy that Barry can't see, but if you switch over to Talia, his partner, she can see the enemy and help him take him out.
今回バイオハザードとしてもすごく珍しいんですけども、すごく人気のあるキャラクター、クリアとバリー、そしてさらに今までにはないストーリー展開ですね。割と親子関係を築くようなストーリーになってますので、今までバイオハザードを楽しんだ人にも楽しんでいただけるような内容になってます。
And you know, a lot of people probably recognize Barry. This time what we did was we wanted to take a couple of the really famous characters in the series that people really enjoy, Barry and Claire Redfield, put them in there, and then try to show kind of a different story. So here what we have is Barry is Natalia here, and we get a chance to kind of see the fatherly qualities of Barry.
The fatherly qualities.
でさらに今後は毎週のように配信しているので、本当にテレビのようなエピソードを配信の形式になってますので、すごくグリーンの形式にも合ってるんじゃないかなと思います。
And so yeah, we're releasing episodically. We're coming out, a couple more episodes coming out next week and the week after. And what we're trying to do is this kind of episodic thing that's something kind of reminiscent of what you see on TV. So we're just ecstatic that people are getting a chance to play all the episodes.
And mobile cloud is really the perfect way for episodic type of entertainment.
そうですね。はい、まさにその通りだと思いまして、今回このように発売される形式が皆さんのより多くの皆さんに楽しんでいただけるようにしています。
Exactly, and again, we're just so excited that more people are going to get a chance to play this in such high fidelity.
Well, there's binge watching on TV because of Netflix. Now there might be binge playing.
まさにネットフリックスに楽しんでもらいたいと。
Definitely.
You can take a whole month off.
They go home with that.
Alright. 最後にもう一つあるんですよろしいですか
Sorry, there's one more thing.
Really? Okay.
今回これはグリッドのストリーミングサービスなんですけれども、もう一つは Android の方で、バイオハザード5の配信も我々の方は検討しておりますので、ぜひ皆さん、ダウンロードの方でバイオハザード5を楽しんでいただけるようにしたいと思っています。
And you just got a chance to see Resident Evil Revelations 2 on the Grid streaming service. We're excited to announce that we're going to be bringing out Resident Evil 5 on the Android download store as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. Michi-san, thank you very much. We have another amazing developer from Japan here to join us today. This is Konami. As you know, Kojima-san is a famed developer, the creator of Metal Gear Solid, an amazing franchise. And to present it to us and tell us about what they're working on next, please welcome Ken. Nice to see you.
I'm so excited.
Well, so am I.
It was so powerful and 199 and 60 frames per second. Because my wife controls my mic, so she's definitely say yes.
Is that right? You can buy two.
Yeah, so
fantastic.
I'm so excited to be here. So
thank you, Ken.
Thank you for having us too.
Well, thank you for your support of the platform. Tell us about some of the work that you guys are doing.
I really love the Grid because the streaming quality is fantastic. That's why we're bringing Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes to the Grid store.
Wow.
That was really hard to keep the secret because it's such a powerful.
Blazing, you can play a lot of tricks on your enemies and maybe lure them in different directions. We've seen a lot.